Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you guys about the safe injection site that is in San Francisco, California. Now, I myself am in California, but I know there's a lot of cities across the United States that do have these. And I know that Jerry Brown has signed to allow this to go on. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, they hand out more free syringes to drug addicts to the tune of 400,000 a month and growing, more than actually New York City, which actually has a higher population. I know there's been a problem for a number of years out here in San Francisco with the drug use and the transmission of HIV, hepatitis C, and a lot of people, they can go to their public health center and they can get free syringes. I'm not sure what I feel about this. Now, a lot of people, they end up injecting themselves and tossing the needles in the street and just littering everywhere. And I know that people that are homeless, they do not have access to any kind of sharps containers. That's something that in the medical field they use to dispose of needles. When they do get these needles, there's actually a new clinic that's open that is a safe injection site. And apparently they have doctors there. They have people that can monitor you when you're injecting yourself with your heroin. Now, I did try to contact this injection site in San Francisco, but I was unsuccessful. I am going to probably take a trip down there in a couple months and check it out for myself. And I wanted to really know what people think about this, because I understand as far as the transmission of diseases and things like this, but why not fix the problem? The amount of tax dollars is astronomical as far as what goes into these injection sites. And I understand that these people do have a problem. They're choosing to shoot up heroin. Now, that can be a very controversial subject. So, again, there are many rehab centers that don't cost anybody anything, and people can clearly get the help that they so deserve or that they need. And I just really don't understand why we're not focusing on getting people the help that they need. You know, we do have to help the people that are in our country right now. We have to help them. And of course, if this has got out of hand and they are a drug addict, well, it's a shame. But there are many places they can go in order to get help. The San Francisco Department of Public Health had overseen the distribution of around 4.5 million syringes last year. And this is a lot, you guys. This is astronomical. We're trying to reduce HIV transmission and other health risks for injection drug users. And as I said before, many of these needles end up on the street. They end up in the gutter. They end up in our oceans. And somebody else can pick up these needles and use them without even thinking. With the cleanup crews that do pick up these discarded needles, they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to retrieve them. This year, they are probably going to be handing out close to 6 million syringes, and the population is only 884,000. So that would work out to about 7 syringes for every man, woman, and child living there. Now, New York had distributed a little over 3 million syringes in 2016. Now, again, the stats that I'm looking at are from 2017. Now, under New York state law, most drug users are limited to 10 needles per visit in a dispensary. Now, there are exchange programs where you can turn in your dirty needles and get clean needles in exchange for those. And homeless people are eligible for up to 30 needles per visit. Now, again, I'm trying to find out, why are we not working on the problem instead of supplying them the needles to do their shooting up of their drugs? Why are we taking those tax dollars and sending them to a rehab center? Seattle and the surrounding cities hand out about 7 million needles annually. You've got syringes, you've got crack pipes, You have, there's some sharp containers that have been found on the streets of San Francisco. This is really getting out of hand. I'm really curious to know what anybody thinks about this situation. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm not judging anybody in this situation. I understand that people have problems and maybe it's something that they cannot lick on their own. But this is a situation where we should all come together. We know that our tax dollars are going to provide these safe injection sites, but is this something really that we want to do? Is this really something that is really going to help? They're just getting wasted. They could die. So I think this is something that we really need to look at as humans and see if we can't do something about this, and call your congressman, call your mayor, the governor, and ask, is there something else that can be done about this? Because what about the little children in the streets that may find needles and they stab themselves? You're still going to have that transmission. You know, we have a lot of problem where people don't practice safe sex, for instance, and yet they know what the risks are. A lot of times they just don't care. And is that because they're high? I don't know. But this is something that we really need to look at as humans, as fellow humans on this planet. We really need to look out for each other. And I think it's a really great idea to be able to work with each other. This is an epidemic. This is something that really can change. We've got all these tax dollars that are being pushed to put these safe injection sites together. But in my view, I'm thinking that is not solving the problem. That is just pushing people more and more to more drug use. In my mind, I'm thinking that maybe we should work at sending people to rehabs and really getting them cleaned up and getting them jobs and helping with housing and things like that, because this is what we do. Especially in California, people are helped with housing and free medical. And so in that instance, I think that's a very fair trade-off, to be honest with you. It's a very sad situation, you guys. This drug use, the heroin use, crack cocaine, crack pipes, and just people doing what they want to do. This is a very, very sad situation, and this is something that can be changed. Now, a lot of us have not been in that situation of being a drug addict, doing any kind of drugs, and I can't speak for everybody, but I certainly can say that we can work together and we can definitely try to clean up this mess. But I'm imploring everybody, please contact your mayor, your governor, Congress, contact anybody you can and see if maybe there's something that can be done that we as a whole can come together and help people, because that's something that we should do. And instead of allowing this to happen, as far as a safe injection site, I just don't understand how this is going to accomplish anything. Because then I think you're giving the green light to people. And the reason for the mirrors inside the little cubicles is that if somebody passes out from overdose, there's a doctor there to help them, to bring them back. So again, I just don't know how I really feel about this, because more and more people, hundreds of thousands of people, are addicted to drugs, and instead of getting them off drugs, they're just providing the tools so they can continue using. I really wish you would let me know what you guys think, because I'm very curious about this, and that's really my review on this place. And I'm going to do a part 2 when I do get to go up to San Francisco and take a look at this place. I would like to meet the administrator and see what they have to say, and maybe we can have a conversation and really find out where this is all coming from and where we're going to go from here. So until next time, you guys, you have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you then.